back. This is Bugsy Prime, and you know what I forgot to tell you guys? Other than we're going back to doing Friend Sim pretty soon. And other than you all guys already know we're getting the website back. But here's something else. You guys want to know when I literally destroyed the SCP Foundation? So, okay. This was back, way back. So, my son Skips was dating a certain goddess that I will not name here. And they got married, and then they had a kid, and then the kid, and there was a bunch of stuff. But the most important thing is that the SCP Foundation knew what was going on, and they tried to stop us. And see, the SCP Foundation, me and the rest of the council have had run-ins with them before, but they took my grandson. So I was like, oh, you know what? Rip and tear. So I proceeded to open up a can of gory whoop ass, the likes of which no one's ever seen before in their lives. Like each of those SCP members, like, we should have contained you. I'm like, y'all, we all had an understanding. You wouldn't go after us, and we wouldn't interfere with your shit. We out the world while y'all motherfuckers contain shit. How are you? Like, I just looked at one of them, and I looked, and the head of it, and he was like, you know, this is always gonna end like this. And like, who said, you guys tried to hit us with your little amnestics, we can pull it out of us. Magic, you know? So I literally just laid waste to the troops. Some of the scientists just backed away because they don't want to fuck with me. So I looked at the head of the SCP Foundation. I looked at him and I was like, "We had an understanding. Rob. You wouldn't come and attack us because we're the ones saving the world while you idiots play a freaking demented game of Pokemon." And he's like, "We know that one day that you'll probably destroy the world." Bro, I've reset the world more times than I've reset the world more times than it's ever gotten destroyed. Something about you idiots always rub me the wrong way. You know I'm glad I own the Middleman Foundation because if y'all want to really go, I'm replacing you with my foundation because at least we actually know what we're doing. You idiots. Y'all find something of the occult and y'all just keep it away deep in your little containment foundation. And sometimes you can't just do that. Because you have so many people willing to either A, use fucked up ways to get the results and a bunch of other stuff. I saw the file on the freaking hitchhiking ghost. That was one of your men, Rob. Your men. You should really reel these motherfuckers in instead of just. I was like, you should really reel these motherfuckers in instead of just pretending that they should do the stuff. You should have been on that man's ass the moment he did something. He was like, I was on him for that, but he tried to contain me. I'm like, you guys have a file on me, right? Do you guys know that I've gotten even stronger? So then I just used my god tier powers, just reverse time and start slapping him over and over again, slowing down time, speeding it up, slowing down time, speeding it up, slowing down time, speeding it up, just slapping the guy. And I said, ow. Jesus, I forgot I have a table. I'm on my desk. But yeah, I need him hard enough to where it cracked his teeth. I was like, you got 5 minutes. 5 seconds to tell me why did you take my grandson from his mother still gestating. Because let me tell you something. If you're gonna do some secret Amanda Waller shit, I'm not really inclined to let you go, right? I ain't the Justice League. I will literally rain fire upon everything this freaking foundation stands for. Because the moment you decided to fuck with the Chaos Lord, you're gonna get what you deserve. So tell me, Rob, what are your last words to me? If they're good enough, I'll let you go. If not, I'm making sure this whole foundation gets cleared out and given to the Middleman Foundation. Because you idiots, the time of you idiots, your days are over. Believe me when I say that shit. And he was like, I regret nothing. And what I did was, well, let me just say it was a little gory, but it involved me grabbing his neck. That's all I can really, truly, honest to God, really say to any of you as of now. And we ran, and the Middleman Foundation basically took over. Rob met a very messed up end. Rob met a very messed up end that day. And the rest of the Middleman Foundation backed away from us. I said, I don't care what you guys do. Y'all can go back to your families or whatever. I don't give a fuck. But know this. If you idiots ever decide to come at me or my friends or people I know, I will make sure your lives are filled with nothing but fucking horror screams. And cream. I don't know why I said cream. I was just trying to find something else to say at that moment. And it was just, it kind of came out that way. I don't know. So another thing that pretty much people always say, why did you never go after Black Bomber in that way? Because Dustin wanted to take him out. And I was tempted, but he kept sending dupes. So every time I would try to get one of them, it wasn't really Black Bomber, so I wasn't able to really destroy him. Which still kind of fucks with me, but I let Double have this because honestly, it's his fight. I shouldn't try to butt in, even though I want to do that. And another explanation why I didn't destroy Red Team completely. Because a lot of them were just sick of his bullshit. Ergo, I was only able to really take down Spy and Soldier. Spy always being able to turn tail when the opportunity strikes him, and freaking Soldier, because the Foundation, the Federation. The Federation has hurt my family more times than I should say. So it was pretty easy what I had to do there. The others, I thought they'd be mad at me, but they looked at me and said, so Scott said, I know it's harsh, but you had to do it. Freaking Soldier, freaking Engineer was like, well, you had to do what you had to do. Mirroring what Spy said back in the day during the Willow Creek Massacre to kind of justify their actions. And I just was like, okay. Sorry you guys had to see that, though. I just couldn't let these idiots just be in this team when they have a history of being betrayers. I couldn't do it. And I just asked them. I asked them all like, why does Delman keep them around? Because, and the scout looked at me because he says friends. And even though they betrayed him, they're still friends. Putting Soldier on house arrest and like not doing anything to freaking spy was kind of the most stupidest thing he could have done. So yeah, the red team technically worked for me now, and basically, so does Miss Pauling. Yeah, y'all didn't know that, but yeah, let's just say Mel convinced her to join us. So yeah. It was one of those real like it was one of those real like things, going on with that. I know some people really want to think that. I know some people really want to think that we're supposed to be council members, not this and that. But let me tell you something. If ever there's a time where I have to bust out the middleman, you all know that I'm literally not playing around anymore. Like that is your that is your that is your oh my god, I Bugsy is about to do something really drastic, horrible, and scary to his enemy. But trust me, we're not Demoman. We don't trust me. We ain't what Demoman used to be. We don't use nukes. We really don't find any need for them when most of us when we slam into something really hard and really fast, right? We have the same kinetic energy as a nuke. But even then, that's kind of risky because because we can still feel pain. We're not invulnerable. We're not invincible. We can still feel pain. So that's like really risky on some real shit. So yeah. But I think that's all I really have to say. Yeah. But yeah, I do. But let's talk about the units I do own. I own the Middleman Foundation. The Chaotic Order, where some people that didn't really like the SCP Foundation, but they're cool with us because I scared the living balls out of them because I was like, you worship chaos, but do you even know what we are? And weirdly enough, they know what Chaos Lords are. So they backed out. They were like, okay, we promise. They backed off. Doesn't like in anybody else's universe, yes, the SCP Foundation exists, but in mine and ours, they're pretty much gone, and I think that carries over to the RP universe as well. I'm not really entirely sure on that. Though the higher havens seem to have been teleported there. So that's a whole can of worms, but either way, I love what we're doing so far. So this is Bugsy Prime of the Bugsy Council, and I'll see you later. Peace. And remember, be cool with us, we'll be cool with you. Don't be like the SCP Foundation thinking that they can actually take one over on us, or you're gonna feel my wrath. But I ain't gonna do it unless you actually provoke me. Like, I'm talking, you have to actually try to provoke me. But that's pretty much it. Bugsy Prime out.